jogging the other day. I don't know when I'm gonna learn. My body just rejects exercise at this point. I'm still recovering. This was like 4 days ago I went jogging. I need coffee. Yeah. So I'm like, great idea. Number one, my dog hasn't taken it. I don't know, listen, my dog hasn't taken a shit in like days. He's not eating his food. You understand? My wife, she buys this dog food. Can we stop with the organic dog food? I look at the can, I'm like, it has peas, it has carrots, it has rice, it has chicken. I'm like, what? What? You don't understand that a dog just wants to eat meat. That's it. I don't know what dogs want to eat, to be honest with you. But he doesn't want to eat that. Whatever happened to a can of Alpo? I love this. Dogs, they don't eat right. Yeah. They're dogs. People don't eat right. I got news for you right now. I need coffee. That's hot. You ever watch 2020 or something like that? Remember 2020 in hard copy? Every time there'd be like this story or current affair, there'd be the story. Man has a cat that lives for 25 years. And they go and they visit the guy. And he's making the cat like scrambled eggs for breakfast. Yeah, I got news for you. When you feed pets human food, they live forever. Get it? But nobody's going to tell you that. You know why? Because, hey, newsflash, America. We can't even feed this people starving in the world. And you're worried about feeding a dog? I got news for you. If you had dinner time and you had a separate chair for the dog to eat at the table and you make them eat human food, oh my God. They live forever. Their teeth, like, grow an extra inch. The coat is shiny. They run around. They're happy. Oh, they're whistling Dixie. No, people. And it's always the celebrities. We gotta stop factory farming. No, actually you don't. That's the only way we can feed all these fat slobs at a decent price. Factory farming's like, it's kind of the thing that's keeping America going. Yeah, we should only be eating organic grass-fed beef. Yeah, oh well, guess what? If we had to feed every cow grass that we ate, there'd be no more grass. So yeah, factory farming it is. And then you worried about what your dog is eating? I got news for you. Back in the day, we had Alpo and no frills dog food. Yeah. We had dog food. I remember my friend's father. You would open up the cabinets and it was just can after can, white label, black print. That was, you want to talk about no frills, you can't find cans like this anymore. And it said, meat flavored dog food. God only knows what that was. But it's dog food. That's what dog food is. That's what people don't understand. Dog food is like, it's got peas and carrots. Yeah, those are the peas that like rolled out of the silo into a pile of cow shit. And the farmer's like, oh, what am I going to do? That goes into the dog food pile. Yeah. Okay. Here's the carrots, that we ran over with the tractor wheels 5 times. That goes into the dog food pile. You understand? So no matter how healthy you think you're feeding the dog, you're not feeding the dog healthy. And then the dog doesn't want to eat it. I got a rule of thumb. If the can of dog food doesn't have a shiny label, I don't buy it. Once it has the matte label and it says organic on it, organic. Yeah. I love organic food. Another what was the other food grown in a plastic tube? Anyhow, my dog's like not eating. He's not buying this whole thing. So I decided to go for a run. I figured, let me bring the dog with me, right? He'll get some fresh air. He loves to run anyhow. So I take him out running. He's big. They just run. What is with dogs? They just keep on running. I don't think that dog could ever stop running. I think he can run the whole day. And he's... But I noticed that as we're jogging along here, and my heart rate is going through the roof, I feel like a tug on the leash every once in a while. Like a little tug. And then at first I was kind of like looking at him, and it's almost like Morse code on the leash. So it's just like beep, 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 beep. And I'm running. I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, what's this dog doing? He's like, can't keep up? He can't keep up with my athleticism? Anyhow, so next thing, this goes on for like 2 blocks. And all of a sudden I look back, and he's running and shitting at the same time. I thought only horses did this. I remember when I was a kid, I went horseback riding, and I was appalled at the fact that the horses would just shit and walk at the same time. I was like, you brute of an animal. You can't even just stop, take a shit, and then continue? It was like it was just rolling out. I was like, you're behind somebody's horse, naturally he's taking a heaving shit that's going right up your nose. Yeah, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is the most disgusting animal alive. I mean, even the hippopotami have the decency to stand still while they're taking one of their most disgusting shits that they whack around with their tail everywhere. Yeah. Yes. They're like a fertilizer that you see, like a piece of farm equipment. Put them on a trailer and drive them through your farm. They can fertilize the place. Anyhow. So now I look back, and there's like little dots of shit in the road as far as the eye can see. Now it's like, I'm in a neighborhood where I'm on the main loop of the neighborhood. We have like a loop by us where everybody exercises. I'm like, somebody must have spotted me running my dog here. So I said, what am I going to be, the guy that shitted up the fucking exercise loop? So now I got to take my bag out. I got to walk along, and I got to scrape each little piece of shit. There goes my jog. Okay? The heart rate came down. It's like it was almost like God telling me, stop this working out nonsense. Stop it. Every time I go to do it, it's like something tells me, stop. So then, like, my body's so shocked from the jog, I don't want to do anything for like the next 3 days. All I want to do is like lay down. I don't want to work on anything. I have no motivation to do anything. I said, this fucking sucks. So next thing you know, I come home from work. I'm exhausted. All right, between the night shift and me trying to run around like Jack LaLanne, I come home. I'm dragging ass. My wife's like, we're going to a party at 2:00. I'm like, oh Christ. I said, babes, I gotta take a nap. What? Because now I've been sleeping like the last 3 days. What's wrong with you? This, that, babe. I just gotta take a nap. All right? I'll meet you there then. Take your car. So I'm like, oh, all right. I wind up waking up around 4 o'clock. I said, you know what? I felt kind of good now. I was like coming out of it. Stop at the corner store, buy a 12-packer. When you go to a Spanish party, I got news for you guys. You gotta bring Modelo or Corona, or you can't even walk through the door. You know, God forbid you bring like a pack of Budweiser. Okay? It's like, it would be like the music would be like zip as you walk. It's like, hey, I got the beers, zip. Budweiser? No. So I walk in there. Now keep in mind, it's been like heat wave city here on Long Island. 98 degrees out. Okay? I take my beers, I bring them over to they got the barrel with the water and the ice in it. Oh, I just wanted to dunk my head inside the barrel. That's how hot it is. I'm melting. You know, I got like I kid myself, I got the hair gel in, you understand? But then I get out in the sun and the sun's beaming, and for some reason my skin turns white before it turns red. Like while I'm in the sun, I look like a vampire. It's disgusting. And then the hair gel melts and it's running down my face. It's just disgusting. But they got they got 2 kegs there. And the kegs are running through a cooler full of ice, you know, with the heat exchanger, you know, the copper coil inside. The guy's showing me. I'm like, well, whoa, this is a setup. He's got the CO2 bottle, so you don't got to pump the keg. You know, you pump the keg and then you put it. It was always that thing with. Whenever there was a party with a keg, it was like when they first cracked the keg open, it was like, oh, here we go. It's going to be 3 hours of foam before we can get a beer out of this fucking thing. Because remember the old parties, like people would be rolling the keg into the party because nobody wanted to carry it. Keg's here. It's like, great, I won't be drinking until 3 hours later. Yeah. He's got the CO2. It's going through a coil. He opens up the cooler. There's a copper coil inside the cooler. I'm like, I'm in. He's got the thing. You pull the handle. It's ice cold keg beer. Guys, when it's like, I park myself under a tree and I'm letting the one cup after another just slide down my throat. They're just sliding down my throat. I remember, I think before I even hit the chair, it was gone. I went back. I said, hey, you gave me an empty one. He's like, oh, yeah, sure. There you go. Sit back down. Goosh. Ashka. Oh, my God. They got live music. By the way, I'm under the tree and I'm like making love to this beer, and I got Sylvia over here. I swear, I think you guys might think I'm joking at this point. I got Sylvia over here. Yessie, you hot, Yessie? I got hair gel dripping off my chin and onto my shirt. No, Sylvia, no, I'm not hot. In front of everybody. I mean, listen, guys, I don't like attention. You understand? Believe it or not, I got her yelling at me across the yard. Anyhow, now they got this guy. This guy comes up and he sets like a keyboard up, like a Korg keyboard, in the middle of the yard. So I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, look at a set of balls on this guy, right? He's gonna put a keyboard out here. And all of a sudden he gets on the microphone, he's like, wepa, wepa, sepa, deepa. He gets on this keyboard, he starts singing like bachata, merengue, you name it. He's got like a little iPad on there, he's got a set of PA speakers. This guy starts rocking the house. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's fantastic. Now, I'm sitting in with my brother-in-law, he's this Jewish guy, right? You know? And I said, wow, this guy's really good, right? And he says to me, he can suck my dick. I guess he wasn't too into it. It's true. I had to laugh. But listen, guys, I got news for you right now. The Spanish style, I'm going to tell you something about this. The guy comes out, all right? He's doing a great job playing the music. I mean, he's keeping the crowd in it. I mean, people are dancing. I mean, it's got to be a fantastic feeling when you start playing nothing but a keyboard and singing into a microphone, and you got about 50 people dancing. It's got to be a terrific feeling. But I'm looking at the guy. He's got penny loafers on. All right? This is where I part ways with Spanish people. He's got penny loafers on with no socks. I'm saying to myself, Jesus Christ almighty. I'm like, you have any idea what those feet are doing right now? On this 98-degree day? That's all I could think about. I lean into my wife, I say, you know, you got to chop the guy down a bit. I was like, this guy sounds great, but could you imagine what those feet smell like? And then she's telling me, oh, well, he's sexy and this and that. I said, you know what, fuck him. He was a real talented guy. Hey, listen, I got news for you right now. I want to tell you about the Spanish style. All right, it's a couple clicks too much. You understand? The colors are a little too bright. All right, the shirts are a little too tight. All right, there's no socks to be found anymore. Okay, and I gotta stop Spanish guys when they start wearing capris. All right, you're not on the soap opera, or as my Spanish friend at work likes to say, I like to watch the soap opera. Write it down. The soap opera. Soap opera. Yeah, I know. Anyhow, it's like when I see guys wearing capris, I'm out. When you're wearing capris with penny loafers and no socks, I'm out. Okay? It's one click too much. It's like the pointy shoes. It's like the belt with the spikes on it, the studs. Spanish guys, you're losing me. It's always one notch too much. You understand? I always thought that the English and the Irish had fashion nailed down. You know, classic styling. The English take it in a different direction. But I think Irish people, to me, every Irish person I ever met had like the greatest style ever. Like a natural style. I don't know. Italians, they turn it up a click too. I don't know where it comes from. Italians dress great, don't get me wrong. But you know it's a click up. You know what I mean? You're out to the clubs now. You listen, you let an Italian go and he looks like he's heading out to the club. You know, great build, but let's face it, the shirt's like, you know, unbuttoned down to down to here, the hairy chest hanging out, you know. This type of thing. What are we talking about here? I don't know. Anyhow. Then they have the spare ribs. There are two guys on the bar. This was a great party. This wound up being a great party, by the way. They had two guys on the barbecue. They were making like ribs, skirt steak, this type of thing, sausage. Such nice guys too. And they're both smoking cigars. I said, these are the guys I want in charge of my grill. And they both had beards. You get it? Cigars, beards, barbecue. I'm in! And every time I go up there, they're like, here, try the spare ribs. Try the sausages. Tell me what you think. And I'm like, I just grease running down my face. Oh, delicious beer sliding down. Ashka. And I'm sitting under the tree there, and I got to tell you something right now. I don't know where this comes in, why this relates to anything. But it gets to that moment. I'm going to tell you what being a father, like the best moments of fatherhood, are right here and now. I'm under the tree, the shade tree, and I'm watching my son run around the yard with other kids. This is the great fatherhood moment. You understand? And his little hairs flying as he's running, smiling, laughing. With you know how little kids, they run around with each other like dogs. You know how dogs get together and they just start running with each other and playing. And there's no, you know how when you were a kid you were so excited to see other kids. There was no like you adults see each other and you're like, oh, what's the story with this guy? Yeah. What do I got to deal with now? What's this guy gonna start rattling on about work or some boring shit? It's like kids get together and it's like glee. And you look at that and you say, the innocence here. And they're running and they're going down a slide and they're jumping and they come over to you. This one hit me and that one hit me and this type of thing. It's great. It's great. And then they all get along again. Anyhow, I wind up going home. I got to go home early, of course, because I got work the next day. I took the back roads. What do you want from me? Okay, I get home. I get downstairs. Now I'm kind of like, I'm a little buzzed, right? So I'm like, let me go downstairs. I go downstairs. I turn on the stereo. I turn on the old Pioneer SX 1050. I get the JBL L100s on. I put it on auxiliary. I start searching through the computer. Let me find some music I never heard before, right? So as I'm searching, I find Rolling Stones Carnival. You guys ever see this? I never saw this. So I'm like, what is this all about? And I'm sure I'm the last person on planet Earth that's never seen this. So I turn it on, and it's like the Rolling Stones hosting a concert that's like a circus too. It's like a playful thing. It looks like something that was done for TV or something like that back in the early 70s, right? I mean, we're talking about Rolling Stones in their prime. And who are the guests? It's like they have like circus performers come out, like old school circus performers. It's almost like a parody on the circus. And it's The Who. You name it. Now I can't remember. It's The Who, it's the Rolling Stones, it's a who's who of basically, and they go on and they play like one song. What did The Who play? Ivor, the engine driver. I mean, come on, you watch The Who. I mean, this is The Who in their prime. I mean, Robert Daltrey is walking around. He's got like a fucking soubrette in his pants hanging to one side. Nut bag hanging out. I mean, leather tassels, microphone flying. I mean, this is great stuff. Thunderfingers, what was his name on the bass? He looked like a horrible mess. Him at that point, he looked like John Paul Jones. Remember John Paul Jones used to have the Dutch boy haircut? It's like bass players don't know how to cut their hair. I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, then right before the Rolling Stones come on, it's John Lennon, and he's like, we got a couple of, I can't do an English accent. We got a couple of guys. He's like, we're going to try something out here. Bip, bap, boop. They go on. It's John Lennon with, you ready for this? Ready for this? Keith Richards on bass. Eric Clapton on guitar. John Lennon basically playing like a rhythm guitar and singing, and Mitch Mitchell on the drums. Do you understand? This is almost like that picture of Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison and Bruce Lee together. These guys are all on the same stage together. And I'm watching this, and they wind up playing like this bluesy song. It was a great bluesy song about suicide. Oh, so this is great. The tone of their instruments was perfect. They're playing, you're like, oh my God, these guys are musicians. Do you understand? I mean, Eric Clapton, you look at Eric Clapton, you're like, that's Eric Clapton over there? You know how he looks like a wreck now? And it's like a young Eric Clapton, even though I'm not a biggest Eric Clapton fan, even though I love Cream, all right? Crossroads. I mean, I Crossroads. That's all I got to tell you. Anyway, he's playing this solo. I mean, Keith Richards is sitting there plowing away on the bass. It's just like wonderful stuff. It has such a great sound. And you got Mitch Mitchell back there. It's like, oh my God. It's Mitch Mitchell without the afro. You never seen anything like this in your life. And on the corner of the stage, who's lurking? It's Yoko Ono. And I said to myself, I'm looking at Yoko Ono and I'm like, I'm tapping my fingers and I'm saying, you know what? And this is my buzz right here. I said, they give this fucking broad a hard time, you know? Yoko Ono. She broke up the Beatles. I said, imagine that. She's got to carry that weight around on her shoulders. I said, this poor girl, she's just hanging out over here. I mean, what's the big deal? You know, why do they give her such a hard time? So then they roll into the next song. And they're playing another, like, blues jam. And then they invite this guy out on the violin. And this guy's like, he looks like he's from the German symphony, by the way. Oh, by the way, back to style. Yeah, the Germans, they know how to ruin it too. As soon as Germans get a little older, for some reason they got to throw a leather jacket on. You ever notice this? I'm talking about the real Germans. For some reason, every time I see Germans in Germany, once a man gets into like his 30s, it's all over. Because then the leather jacket comes on. It's like, guy, Germans, put the leather down for once, all right? Especially as you get older. You'll see the guy, he has like the leather jacket and then like the Homer Simpson shirt on underneath it. Or it's always like a Simpson shirt with a leather jacket over it. All right? That's when I punch out on the Germans. Yeah, and the fact that you like David Hasselhoff. This is how I can't hang with like the Germans. I can't hang with you when you like David Hasselhoff. What's the story? Or the French like Jerry Lewis. Like how? Well, what? I mean, I can get down with the Nutty Professor. Buddy Love, I'm in. But Jerry Lewis? Come on, French people. Anyhow. So the guy comes out on the violin, and all I could think about is this guy's from the German Symphony. Because everybody's like jamming. Everybody's like lazy-eyed jamming. You understand? It's like everybody's as high as can be. You know, they're having a jam. This is just like secondhand nature on the guitar, you know? This is a jam. Next thing you know, this guy comes up with on the violin and he's like... I'm like, who's this thing? This guy from the German Symphony? This guy's playing he's playing Wagner. He's like trying to do like a solo on his violin. Anyway, it sounds like they cut the mic on him. Watch it. Go watch it. Leave here and watch it, please. It looks like they cut the mic on him a bit because you can barely hear his stupid violin. Anyhow, but I'm like, all right, this is cool. They're doing some like experimentation. I'm in. Everybody's jamming. It's a jam. Next thing you know, Yoko Ono comes up with her little rat hands, and she's like, she goes to grab at the microphone, and the guy playing the violin's looking at her like, I'm trying to play into the microphone. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's sitting there with her little rat hands trying to grab the mic. And then she looks at John almost like, John, can I just grab the microphone away from Himmler over here? And John looks at her and nods like this. And then she grabs the microphone and she starts going... And I was like, Get you out of here! I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Did I explain who was on stage? And now this fucking idiot is shrieking into the microphone. I couldn't believe it. And John gave the head nod. This is why, you know what? This is the reason why he got shot on the doorstep. On the doorstep. I'm sorry. Somebody had just watched this and went up and shot him on the doorstep. Sorry, John. It's because of that moment right there. I guarantee it. I could not believe what I was watching. I almost shut the whole fucking thing off. I was so aggravated. So anyway, then the Rolling Stones polish off the show with a couple of songs. I gotta tell you right now, the Rolling Stones were a real fucking deal. I got news for you right now. Mick Jagger had some knockout looks back then. He was a good looking guy. I don't care what you say. I could picture the girls. He has such dreamy eyes. All I could think to myself was being a teenage girl. Look at how dreamy. And his dance move, like Mick Jagger, man. This guy was like, I can't even imagine the lifestyle that this guy led. Just the women and the rock and roll and the drugs and the what? And still kicking today? Sip of coffee! Christ's sake. Alright, we're a half hour in. Callahan here. We're scanning for crimes. But we're scanning for crimes. What's the temperature in here? Yes. Okay. It's 3 in the morning. It's 89. Yeah. Thank you! Oh my God. So I wind up basically not sleeping that night. I go to work the next day. I go into the bathroom. We have a bathroom in the back of the building, all right? It's a unisex bathroom. It's one toilet. You go in, you can close the door, lock it. Anyhow. We got a flush handle in there, like the manual flush handle like you're supposed to have on a toilet. You know, the one that you kick with your foot, like you karate kick it. This is like, made by Zorn. You get it? This is the flush handle, like from the 70s. Yeah, it's not the automatic flushometer that it breaks every 2 seconds of your life. Anyway, we got the manual flush handle, and it's been on the fritz lately, and I might be the guy that's supposed to replace it. Anyhow, so now you got to shake it around to get it to flush or whatnot. I go in the bathroom, and I got to tell you something right now. Now, I had beers all night, spare ribs, sausage, I mean, you name it. Skirt steak. I go in and I do something to that toilet that it doesn't need to be discussed. You get it? And then I wind up filling the whole entire... now, by this time, because I've been in there for like 20 minutes, there's like a line of people outside waiting to get in. They're hitting the door. I'm just like, just a minute! You're trying to wipe. It's like... It's you basically like you're in kindergarten finger painting. You're trying to wipe this nightmare. So I put like 4 rolls of toilet paper into. There's like toilet paper coming up above the water. But we have a flush. This thing has a flush like an animal. You understand? We got truck drivers in there taking a dump of their life. I've replaced this valve before. I bought the biggest gallons per flushometer you can get. Oh yeah, it's like 3.5 gallons per flush. No, seriously, it flushes forever. I said, I don't want to be... Oh my God.
Suicidal Fire Department, a signal 23, direction a 1623, a carbon monoxide emergency, 261 Catman Avenue, Bolton Court, and Eagle Street. Repeating a 1623 carbon monoxide emergency, 261 Catman Avenue, Bolton Court, and Eagle Street. Rescue Zone 1 engine and heavy rescue respond.
Yeah. Get the marbles out of your mouth, Chief. Yeah. Guy put a hose from the exhaust pipe into the car. That's all. Guarantee he left behind like 4 kids. I'm out. Let me tell you something. If I kill myself with a pipe coming out of the exhaust, they're gonna be. It not only is it gonna be carbon monoxide poisoning, but it's gonna be a fire call too, because I'm gonna have my foot all the way down on the accelerator till the engine blows up. Anyhow, what are we talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, 3.5 gallons. I could put cinder blocks in this toilet and flush them. Do you understand? Because I don't want to have to go in there and fix this thing again. And even the salesman, when I was like, yeah, give me the 3.5 gallon per flush. He's like, 3.5 gallon per flush? That's not really environmentally friendly. I'm like, hey, asshole. I got truck drivers that are coming off a fucking 12-hour drive. All right? They just ate at every truck stop. They just ate Jack in the Box at every stop before they came here. You understand? You understand what they're going to do in that toilet? If that toilet jams, it's the end of my life! I'm like, even like when I'm putting the valve in, I'm looking at the valve, I'm trying to think maybe I can grind a little bit out, get another gallon per flush in there somehow, like a Top Fuel dragster. Like I feel like going in there with a die grinder. Like I'm grinding a set, like I'm porting the heads on like a big block Chevy. We'll get another 4 horsepower out of it somewhere. Another gallon per flush. Anyhow, the flush handle broke. I don't know. It looked like I dumped a bucket of pudding into the toilet, and now I can't flush the toilet. And I got a line of people outside. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I went into like a meditation. I just like washed my hands. I opened the door. I said the classic line when somebody blows up the bathroom. I said the classic line. I don't know what was wrong with that guy. Wasn't me. You know? And then I got electrocuted. Yeah. Store opens. We have coffin cases. You know, they just put out a new coffin case, big refrigerator case, filled it with meat, whatnot. Nobody plugged it in. They called me. What they didn't tell me is the plug was like inside a tray of water. Like there's an evaporation tray underneath it full of water. So I pulled the plug out. They took the plug out of the tray of water, so the plug was full of water. I didn't know that. Anyhow, I didn't know that until I went to plug it in. Yeah. So they say we need to get that case going. Can you go take a look at it? I'm like, sure. I go over there. I'm like, hey, fuckos didn't plug it in. No problem. I grabbed the plug. We're talking about 220 40 amps. Yeah. Big plugs like this. I go to plug it in. I go, this customer's around now. I go to plug it in. I go like this. Ah! Like my arms. I screamed because it just came out. I had no control over it. And my arms flew into the air and I flew backwards. Yeah. That was fun. And I saw like my vision distorted. Yeah, I got fucking fried. Electrocuted. Yeah, shot a cap gun for that waking me up. I'm surprised I didn't drop one in my pants while I was at it. Listen, I've been shocked by 120 all day long. I could stick my fingers in the outlet and just like stay there until a cigarette's lit. But 220, that was, yeah, that wasn't fun. How about that? I don't know. We're 40 minutes. Guys, roll the theme song here.
I'll grab the mic and I will damage you. It's a whole stamina. Here comes the medical examiner. One burst and you're out of the town. We need your own to make sure you strip the right amount. Wake you up and then the action.
Shut up! I can't. How much ODB can you take at this point? Guys, we went out to the garage sales. Alright. Got some C-clamps here. Right? Did I trigger everybody's boner yet? Yeah, C-clamps. I know. Exciting for nobody. Exciting for me. $1 a piece. These are nice. Craftsman. Craftsman, guys. Anybody? Craftsman? No? All right. I went to an estate sale. All right. I went in there. This sale broke my heart. I go in there. They have a Sansui rack system. Do you understand? Record player. This is from the 80s. This was the Sansui R411. R411. Receiver, tape deck, tuner, record player. In the cabinet with the glass front on it or whatnot. The receiver was awesome. 80s looking. Awesome. I say, hey, how much for the stereo receiver? Guy comes in, $50. I'm like, $50? There's no way. There's just no way. It was awesome looking receiver. I said to the guy, I said, would you do 30 on it? He goes outside, talks to the guy out there. The owner of the estate wanted a specific price for that. It's $50. I had to walk away from it. I'm sorry. 50. I almost turned around and got it, but it's a Sansui, guys, and I mean, it wasn't a feel-good price. You understand? So there was a mountain of tapes, and I was sifting through the tapes, and we picked out this tape right here for 25 cents. I know what you guys are going to be thinking. Here we go. It's Stevie Nicks. Yeah. I can't tolerate a lot of broad singing. Okay? All right? I'm not the guy in the front row of Lilith Fair. You get it? Like I can't listen to what's her name? What's her name? Melissa Etheridge, all right? You know, this type of voice, that song that she does, I want to come over. It's like, I can't take the whininess of that song. You get, I like Stevie Nicks' voice. There's something about it. It's haunting. And there's a particular song I want to talk about on here, but I want to save it for when we have the stereo out, because we have an episode of that coming out very shortly. Yeah, you know, so I get a copyright strike. Yeah. Anyhow, went to the very next sale, and out in the driveway, I saw this, and I thought of Ben from the Video Game Dads podcast, a podcast that I love that hasn't been on lately because of, I guess, this whole virus thing going on. Okay, one of my biggest thrills is to listen to the Video Game Dads podcast when I have breakfast with my son in the morning. I love it. I love it. He loves it. Because sometimes I shut it off and I want to save it for the next day off because it'll be like a 2-hour podcast or something like that. And I'll shut it off. My son's like, why are you shutting it off? Yeah, he loves it. So here we go. Ben from the Video Game Dads podcast is an extreme, what I would call an extreme PS3 fan. I think he's got a complete PS3 collection. I mean, we're talking kiosks and everything. I think he was hunting for a kiosk or something like that. So I saw this bag, PlayStation 3 bag. Like, look at this. This is fantastic. This is really nicely made, by the way. I guess you slip your PS3 in here, right? If you're going to go to your buddy's house. How nice. Oh, yeah. Listen to that Velcro, like Grandpa's shoes. Yeah. Little pockets in here. You put your games in there. You put your PlayStation in there. It's padded. It's got, like, netting in here. This is, like, a beautifully made, like, heavy-duty bag. Cushion. Hold it like a suitcase. You know. Wear it on your shoulder like a Brad. I'm sorry right now. If you're walking down the block like this, me and my buddies were gonna smash this PlayStation 3 over your head. All right, at least hold it like a briefcase, will you? Anyhow, I still can't get over this Yoko Ono thing. I was like smoke coming out of my ears. I wanted Eric Clapton to take his guitar and just smash it over her head. And I would have got up. I would have got up like it was old-fashioned theater. Bravo! 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 Hip hip hooray! How come nobody says hip hip hooray anymore? Hip hip hooray! I go to another sale. Alright. I was talking to this guy. Nice guy. Big fat jolly guy like John Candy. He's got his son out there. I asked him if he's got any video games. He's like, oh, we don't really play video games. We don't play video games. And then his son goes, what, Dad, what about my PlayStation 2? Got you, Dad. Anyhow. So his father goes, oh, yeah, you still got that thing, whatever, bop, bop, bop. Kid goes in the house, comes out with this right here. It was a PlayStation Mini in the box. And I said to him, this is a kid now. I said, how much you want for it? And he said, $25. Now, I said, what did I say? Sometimes I don't realize that I'm talking to a kid. You know something? This is where I'm a real piece of shit. You know something? I don't want to bargain with kids. But I'm so in garage sale mode, I didn't even realize what I'm doing. So I said, hey, would you take 20 for it? And his father goes, I think you should get 25. Like, almost like, stop talking down a little kid. And then I kind of realized what was going on. And I gave him 25 for it. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, you know. I'm trying to hit this little kid over the head here. I give him his $25. I got it. Like, when the dad said it, I looked at him and I was like, oh, I got it. I got it. So anyway, it's a PS2 in the box. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna bore you to death. Am I gonna bore you to death? I think I already bored you to death. That's what we found today. Okay, guys. Okay, not very exciting. There's only one thing that can make this show exciting, and that is, hello, PC Engine. It's been a long time since I rock and rolled. Here we go. What am I doing? Picture time. Okay. All right, we're piped in. We're piped in, people. Oh my God, at the same time. All right, listen. You don't find talent like that just anywhere. Oh, there's so much. Okay, yes. Yes. Let's just go here. Until we stop. Like there. Tiger Road. No. Ninja Warrior. Let's see. Superstar. Super Metal Crusher. We did this one already. Strip Fighter. Strip Fighter 2. Okay. I'm in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There they are. These are the girls? Hey, alright. Who's that? Rihanna? Oh yeah. Let's see the girls. Oh, she looks like Medusa. She is Medusa. Dope. It's ha ha ha. Oh, Nina. Yeah. They got Yuki. Ooh. Amanda. Amanda the Commander. Alright, whoa. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Hold on. Game start. Martha, Medusa, Nina. Let's be Yuki. Oh my God, she's wearing Chun-Li's outfit. Come on. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm trying to figure out the special. Oh. Hold on, you know what we gotta do, right? Ah. Oh yeah. I'm a ninja with the pause button. Oh yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Oh! Oh, I reset it by accident. Alright. Guys, you came to the right place today. Give me a break. Alright, let's just... I have a feeling Martha's gonna have a nice body. A horrendous name with a nice body. Oh, come on. She's built like Tom Platz. Can you kick their clothes off? Oh my God, she's wearing a thong. I'm in. Wait. Oh, I can see the cum. Oh, baby! Oh. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Can I even punch and kick? I can't. Oh, okay, I see. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Where's punch? Where's punch? I don't have a punch button. What's going on here? Oh yeah, baby, look at that. G-string. How come I only have a kick button? Take that. Alright, we're gonna die here because... Jesus. I gotta use a different character. Like, I can't understand why I don't have a punch button. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna take my beating. I don't even know why I'm taking my beating. We can just reset it. Here we go. Okay. Did you see that move where she spun around and she was like, alright, listen. They stepped on me with the music. Did we see Nina already? Alright, let's check out Amanda. Oh, come on with Amanda. Who's this, Shirley? From Good Times? Or what's happening? Alright, let's see. We got a punch? I don't have a punch. What's going on here? Alright, I want to see Shirley's big rump. Oh, she's like Blanca. Look at that. Here we go. Come on, get up, you fat pig. Alright, guys. You know what? We're out of here. If I don't have a punch, I mean, what are we going to do? Okay. So, alright, spin pair. Sun, I think, Summer Assault, Soldier Blade, Caravan Stage. Soldier Blade Caravan Stage. Sinistron? Hey, Shinobi? Ah, we're all sick and tired of it, right? What's this? Rock on. Rastan. Power Gate. Power Drift. Hold on. I got your Power Drift right here. Alright. Override. Hey, how about some Populous? Ah, what, you gonna bore you to death? Outrun. Ordine. Operation Wolf. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if it's like the Nightmare game. Yes. That it was on the NES. Let's see if we got a time limit we got to battle against. Oh boy, that music. It brings back memories. Let's see if he has the knife in the shoe. Remember the intro? Jesus. Alright, one player. Here we go. Oh, that's cheap. The NES had the intro. Alright, here we go. This is where we start, right? Oh, baby. Sound is kicking. Alright, here we go. Magazine. All right, grenades. All right. All right, I can tell you right away, this is better than the NES version. Yes. Oh, you shoot his parachute. Jesus Christ, who's this guy? Not bad. Not bad. I didn't see a time limit, did you? Oh, yes. This was first level on the NES. Look at this guy. Fuck out of here. Nurses, you know what? Fuck them. Out of here. Out of here. Ugh. Ugh. How many grenades we got? Who is that? Manuel Noriega? Right, more grenades. Out of here. Oh, hit your little knife. Who's throwing a knife when this is going on? Oh boy. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, come on! Well, good. You got shot right in the belly, you coward. Oh, wait a second. That's me. Guys, not bad. Not bad. Guys, not bad. I enjoyed that. Not bad. All right, all right, all right. Not bad. I enjoyed that very much. That was fun. Are you aware that you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization? And you better believe that. With a 4K face! We'll see you next time.